Good morning to you all. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marlies, also known as Marley Design. For today I have decided to work on one of my backgrounds that I created in my last video. And the last video was all about how to use your crayons, your distress crayons from Holtz. In that video, this was my first background that I created. I used 2 crayons and I applied it in such a way that you could say it was like a watercolor wash. So with a big brush and the crayons wetted down with water, I made this background. And today I would like to play with this background to see what I can create and what I can come up with. And I do love talking, but I am better at doing and being creative, so I will stop the talking and I will get going. The colors on my tag are quite light and I love to work with contrast. So for my first layer I will use the Distress Paint Scorched Timber and my small Holtz Brayer. Applying the paint with the Brayer I will mostly focus on more on the outside, maybe left or right, and a bit on the bottom or the top. My paint is dry, so now we can go to our next step. You can see in the back we have some clear areas. Not a lot is going on over there, and I would like to create a bit more of interest. And I will do that with stamping. I will use this stamp set from Holtz and Stampers Anonymous. It is called Mini Glitch CMS 405. And I will stamp with my Archival ink Ground Espresso. Okay, so the stamping is done and you can immediately see that there is more interest in the background. There is something going on. Your eyes are drawn to the paper, and that is exactly what I wanted to create. But when we are talking about a little bit grungy, making a grungy tag, I would also like to add texture. To add the texture, I will use the Distress Texture Paste Opaque and this Holtz stencil, and the number is THS122. Right on top of my wet paste I will put some Distress Embossing Glaze Hickory Smoke. I will put the tag to the side so it can air dry. In the meantime I have my hands free so I can focus on a focal point that can go on top of my tag. For my focal point I really want to work with this Thinless die set from Sizzix and Holtz. And the number is 665367. I have cut out my numbers out of black cardstock, and when you put the numbers next to the tag you can see this is very black. And of course we would like contrast, but this is a bit too much contrast and I want the numbers to be more like worn and dirty. Then I remembered that our background out of my video on the crayons was created with the colors Hickory Smoke and Iced Spruce. And that already gives you a clue on your color scheme with what colors you can work. I got out my Distress Oxide Pad Iced Spruce and I will put some of the ink on my craft sheet and I will dab the numbers into the wet ink to give them a bit of staining on top. After drying it looks like this. There is already color on there that I really like. The irregularity and those drops, they are wonderful, but I am looking for a little bit more of a grunge So I would like to try to make them a little bit more rough with the Distress Grit Paste Opaque. While my numbers are drying on the side, I can focus on heat setting my Distress glaze that is on top of the texture paste. To accentuate all the edges of my tag, I would like to use a crayon, the Distress Crayon Hickory Smoke. I will apply it directly with the crayon and smooth it out with my fingers. I just finished my crayon on top of my tag. I have put the tag to the side so the crayon can dry properly, and now, while my numbers are dry, so I can work on these two numbers. I will go back in on top of the numbers with my Distress Paint Iced Spruce. Now on top of my paint I will spray some Distress Oxide Spray Scorched Timber. I have put my numbers, they are dry in the meantime, I have put them on my tag, and yeah, I do not like it. Because the background is already grungy and stained, and now my numbers are also grungy and stained, and it looks like the numbers are disappearing a bit, and I do not like that. We need more contrast. So I'm going back in on the numbers. Yeah, but with what? Let me think. I have chosen to go dark with my Distress Paint Black Suit. My numbers are drying, but you can see I have leftover paint after I brayered the paint onto the numbers. I do not want to waste this. So I'm going to splatter on top of my tag. I still have a lot of products left, the Black Suit Distress Paint, and now that I have thrown in the black suit into this party, in this color party, so now I need more of that color because I want my tag and my numbers to be cohesive and matching together. So even though we already did the edges with the Hickory Smoke crayon, I will also go along the edges with a bit of my paint. I would also like to add a backing to my tag, so I have chosen the same paper that I used for die cutting. It is a black cardstock. I will glue down my tag, stitch along all the sides, punch a hole, and then I will come back to you. When you think your edges are too straight and not worn enough, you can use the Tim Holtz paper distresser to distress all the edges of your black backing paper. Our basic layer, our structure is done. Now it is time to glue down our numbers. Before I will glue them down, I have cut 2 more out of black cardstock. First I will glue the 8s and the 2s together, but a bit offset, so you will have a black edge. Yeah, and here we are looking at the end result of today's video. I am very happy with the result. I really like working in this kind of way. No perfection is needed. You can just play around, try things out, and you can add layer after layer on top of each other. I like this way of working. I do not have to think about a lot of things. It is just going and playing and trying things out. I hope you also enjoyed this video, got some inspiration out of it, maybe a new idea to try. So when you like my video, please like, subscribe or comment down below, or share this video with your creative friends. Everything you will do is very, very well appreciated, because it will help me and my videos and also my social media platforms to keep growing and also to keep making content for you. When you would like to know what kind of materials I have used, I will put them all in the description box below, so you can click the links and check out the supplies. Also in my description box is my link for my Etsy store, a link for my coffee shop, and all links to my social platforms where you can follow me and my work. This was it for today, guys. Thank you for being here and spending time on my channel. Bye!